Last week, it was all Mercedes. The defending champion, Majacco, led early, led late, but it was his teammate, Dubsy, pulling out the gigantic upset and using those late soft tires to take the win in race number 1 in Mexico. Will it be a win for the bad guys? Who do we consider the bad guys, Bostonian? Are you a Formula One guy? Do you have some favorites? I'm a Fernando Alonso guy personally, which means I was a Ferrari guy, but I guess now I'm a McLaren guy. But as you can see, there's plenty of diversity here in the PRL. We've got a Sahara Force India sitting on the pole, Red Bull second. And then you just look here. You got your Mercedes. You got Haas, another Mercedes. You know, there's plenty of diversity there. Lance Stroll? You'll have to fill me in, Jonesy. That name's not ringing a bell for me, man. So, here we go. Formation lap is basically completed. We have 27 laps of high-quality action coming momentarily. Like we said last week, it was a Mercedes show. This week, the winningest driver in PRL history has joined. Starting 4th on mediums. We'll see how he does. And the green is out. Good launch for the Sahara Force India, but he's got Dahi on the inside there, maybe down into turn 1. Oh, here comes Alonso. Oh, contact! Contact! Machaco's out! Oh no! Aaron Webb, and that is Forza Alonso as well. Oh my goodness! Contact in turn number 1 took out a lot of the big guys right there. Alonso, we talked about him, the winningest driver in PRL history, and he's got damage. Look, he's done. He's done. The damage from turn number 1 took him off track, and he's hit the wall again. And it's over. It's over for him. It's over for the defending champion. 2 large retirements straight away in this race. But I can tell you there's one man who doesn't care. Maybe doesn't care. Out in the lead early. He got to turn 1 first. Dahi had a look on the inside, and there was contact behind him. And you could see the gap. You could see the gap there. Dubsy running 3rd, your points leader. Defending race winner. Now looking really good. Remember, this is a tire game. And Dubsy is the only one on the mediums. Rich Canadian who took Bottas' spot at Williams. You know, it's all money. It's all money. Your team is my team. Yeah, there you go. Dubsy 2 seconds back. Let's make a run through the field here. We know, maybe up front. Dahi right there with him. Half a second back. Dubsy behind him. Gordau in the Ferrari up from 9th. Doing really well right now in 4th. Aledi sitting 5th. And he's got action coming from behind. That's Brian Mosser looking to make a move in the McLaren Honda. We know Honda owns this track. I'm not sure if they allow him to test there. Probably not. But the hometown crowd is looking to see that Honda do well. That's the Alonso car, so obviously it's the best. KWP in 7th. He has got a Sauber right behind him. And that's Ditchwich in 8th. Just returning from an injury last season. Had surgery on his hand. He's trying to get back into the groove here. Pork Chops, his teammate right behind in 9th. There we got Unexpected Great in 10th. Think he was talking about a one-stopper. We'll see what he can do. Here is Aaron in 11th. J-Dub all the way down into 12th. That's unfortunate. You see the damage on that. Oh, Aledi has left the session. Was not a DNF. Was that a disconnect? Some kind of problems there. Hoodius in 13th. And then you've got Cleo there in 14th, and that is going to round you out right there. That's how we roll here at the start. We are going through. There's Maybe logging the fastest lap, 1 minute 36 there. But look who is right on his tail, Nick Dahi in the slipstream, waiting for that DRS to become enabled. Want to give me a small loan to help jumpstart my motorsports career. I can't even give myself a loan. I would love to, Jonesy. I really would. Zeke, was that Aaron's fault? I don't know. It looked to me going into turn number 1. Forza Alonso got a great start and was trying to get to the outside because that's one corner. It doesn't totally hurt you to be on the outside. Long sweeping corner there in turn 1. And I think he made contact with the Mercedes of Majacco, and both out of this race. 2 of the heavy hitters out in turn number 1, and this leaves it wide open here. We're watching the battle for the lead right now. Nick Dahi trying to run down Maybe. He is half a second back. DRS should be enabled this next lap. Dubsy, 3.2 seconds back. He's doing what he needs to do right now. He's out there on the mediums. He's got to make those mediums last. So he's playing the strategy game here. You can't count him out. Gordau looks to be catching him, though. 4th place Gordau, the Mexican, catching him. What a wild race we've seen so far. Assuming all the cars are equal, you would be assuming wrong, Jonesy. It is Formula 1, and they do go off of typical Formula 1 rules. So the Mercedes are very quick. You can overcome it. Oh, we got a race for the lead. We got a race for the lead. Maybe right down there on the inside, able to hold off Nick Dahi going into turn number 1. But the DRS is enabled, and Nick Dahi is looking to make a move here. These 2 drivers have got to be thinking push right now. You know they are on the soft tires. They know that the points leader is sitting there. Have Mom get you the charger. The points leader is sitting there in 3rd on the mediums. So if he can make those tires last longer, they will be at a disadvantage. That means they've got to push. They've got to get the most out of those tires while they have them on the car. They've got to go. You can see a little bit of lockup from Maybe. He's trying. He knows Dahi's right there. A little bit of a slide out of that corner. Didn't seem to hurt him too bad. Possibly some lag in there. I won't be racing tonight, Sir Bostonian. I am the broadcaster for the F1 League, so I'll be broadcasting tonight. We race Project Cars. I participate in Project Cars on Tuesday nights. And then we also do some Destiny and random racing in between. But tonight is all broadcast. So let's see here. I want to see what we get here in the DRS zone. Dahi in range. 0.8 seconds back. You've got to be within a second to enable the DRS. So he should be able to open it here. And it is open. We heard that click. But he's not close enough. Not nearly close enough. Maybe he's doing everything that he needs to do right now. This driver, who was very, very quick in the first race in Mexico, didn't have it happen. Was unable to make the result that he wanted. But here he is leading this race, flexing some muscle here and holding Nick at bay. Hey, CJ, thanks for joining, man. Cars are equal to real-life counterparts? Basically, yes. They're a little closer. You know, the Mercedes is obviously heads and tails above. The Ferrari's doing well this year. But these cars are a little closer, but they do have a lot of lockup there from your leader. And he gives Dahi a lot of time right there. A lot of time was made up in that hairpin corner. We'll see. I think you got another DRS zone coming up here. He's in range. But yeah, I mean, they're a little closer than their real-life counterparts, but they do have those prejudices. A little bit of a slip there coming off of that corner down the long straight. That's the wrong place to have it. And Dahi is really chomping at the bit here. He's getting real close in the DRS range here. He's going to have a shot at him down the front stretch. We might see a pass for the lead right here. He's really close in the draft. Sliding the rear tires from both cars. Oh, maybe he's in the pits. He wants to get off those tires already. He's hurt those tires, and Dahi takes the lead, and he's got DRS enabled, so he's going to get down that straightaway a little quicker. We're going to look here. Dubsy, 4 seconds back on those mediums. He's thinking about making those tires last. A little bit of a slip there. He's really pushing hard on those mediums, that's for sure. We'll see maybe coming out of the pits. He's on the mediums, only dropped to 4th. There's a car off the track. What? That is the manner of Cleo. Cleo off track there, coming out of the pits. We'll see if we can catch up with Cleo here. He's back on the track now, but clear problems. That couldn't have been Cleo, actually, because he is just coming down to the front straightaway. Maybe a little bit of lag. Maybe my car. Is that my car ghosted on the inside? I guess it is. Who would have thunk it? All right, so let's get back up to the front. There's a Letty. He is ghosted out. He is out of this race. In Formula 1 2016, if you leave the lobby, your car will lap in your absence, but it's ghosted. It doesn't have any effect on the drivers out there. Steve, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. First pit window apparently was last lap, Zeke, because maybe really wanted to get off those tires. We saw the performance he was losing because Dahi was really eating him up. But after only 5 laps to hit the pits so aggressively, you wonder what that's going to do for his strategy going forward in this race. Right now, Nick is turning some decent laps. Let's take a look at the lap times, actually, to see what's going on here. Right now, 1 minute 36.9 is the quickest lap from Nick Dahi. 1 minute 37.8 was his last lap, so you see the drop-off there. Dubsy, 1 minute 37.9 on the mediums, which he had a little bit of a slip because he's been as high as 137.4, and he's running 137.6 in front of that one. So we've seen 1 minute 36.9, so really close times between all of these drivers, which actually should probably worry Dahi and Mebby, because that means that your points leader sitting in second, Mr. Dubsy, is running similar times on the harder compound tire. Yeah, Steve, we're ready. We're getting them Audis ready to rock. IDK, you tried this game but sucked. Hey, you know. This is a fun game. It is complicated. It's a little more complicated than past Formula 1 games, to be honest with you. But it is a fun game, and that's okay to suck too. It's totally fine. We can't be good at every game. It's just not possible. So let's make a run through here. Maybe is up to 3rd. I would guess that the 3rd place car has pitted, and he is 19 seconds behind the leader, trying to run some quick laps on those mediums to get back up to the front. Ditch Witch still out there on those tires, making them last, up to 4th. Very good for him, 25 seconds back. Aaron Webb, I believe, has made a pit stop out on the mediums now, 29 seconds back in 5th place. Gordow has been in the pits, 32 seconds back. Something must have happened to him, because that means Aaron has leapfrogged him. We know he was running 4th before the pit stop, so something going wrong there for Gordow. Unexpected Great, making that long distance one-stopper do quite well. He's moving up through the field. He's on soft tires now, so he's trying to get some speed. J-Dub, 44 seconds back in 8th. We got Cleo there in 9th. Brian Mosser has had some issues. He is back in 10th spot. He was doing quite well up there trying to battle, so not doing well now. We got the Toro Rosso of KWP in 11th. Pork Chops in 12th. A little bit of grass there. Hoodius running 13th, 57 back from the leader. And, of course, a lady out of this race. So, Nick Dahi still leading this race, still on the track, still on those softs, making it look easy. He's making those softs last longer than anybody has so far, and he is leading this race, doing really, really well. Let's see. Steve got timed out for links. I don't know if I can actually give you temporary permission. Maybe one of the mods can to hit that link. Tried dirt street stocks on iRacing, driving a brick. Yeah, well, it is a street stock. It's the lowest of the low, Jonesy, you know. Yeah, it is a fun game. You don't have to run for points. Even if you don't even race online, you still have some fun with it. With these guys, though, you got to be super quick. And speaking of super quick, your leader is in the pits. Nick Dahi hitting pit road. Now let's take a look at Dubsy, who takes over the lead. See what kind of a lead he's going to have here. Dahi going to get back out on the track on the medium compound tires. They only have to run 2 of the different compounds. They don't have to put on the hards if they don't want to. Dahi with the white sidewalls. I think Ditch Witch here in third. He's still out there, 24 seconds back. So Ditch Witch has moved himself into a podium position, but he's going to have to hit pit road at some point. We're going to see how long they're going to make those mediums last. Maybe has had some issues. Down to 5th now, behind Gordow in 4th. So Gordow has moved right back up through the field into his spot in 4th. So maybe Aaron was, now that's true. Aaron wasn't in the pits because he was involved in that first corner schmozzle with the defending champion Majako and the all-time wins leader Forza Alonso. So Aaron is still out there trying to recover from that race. But we got Gordow in 4th, maybe in 5th, and Brian Mosser moves back up into 6th position after the pit strategies cycle through. So Dubsy leading this race, getting ready to come around to start lap number 10. And your second place driver right now, Nick Dahi, 16 seconds back. You can see the difference. But look, just in that last sector, Dahi was able to take almost 8/10 off of that time from the leader. So he is catching the leader, and he's catching him at a quick pace. Zeke's on PSN, has no power. Gee, Zeke, what's going on over there, man? Action believes, yep. Oh my goodness, $34. They raised it on you, Steve. They're trying to steal your money, man. So, as you saw, Dubsy hits pit lane. Dubsy is still out there. He did hit pit lane, yes. 12 seconds back from your leader, Nick Dahi. He's going on mediums again. So, this is similar to his strategy in race 1. He ran as far as he could on those mediums, and then he was able to put those softs on at the final stint, which gave him the added speed when he needed it, when it counted. So looking good there from Dubsy, only 6 seconds back. We see it cycle through here. Your leader, no issues there, so I was a little worried there to see 6 seconds come off of that time real quick, but I think that was just the way the pits worked out there. Mod power. Yeah, we got all we got all the mods in there tonight too, don't we? Look at it. We got all the OGs here. So we're watching Dubsy 6 seconds back. Who is running in third? That would be Gordow, 13 seconds back there. You can see maybe behind him Ditch Witch, and maybe fighting for position here, maybe has dropped quickly. Dahi there with the fastest lap, 1 minute 36.7. So maybe really wants to get around Ditch Witch here, which his medium tires, there we go. His medium tires are a lot fresher than Ditch Witch. Ditch Witch is trying to make them last, and as you see, it's not always working for him. There you see the DRS enabled there for maybe. Now, next up for him is the Ferrari of Gordow. The Mexican out there with a little bit of a slip, almost put it into the grass. Clearly fighting against that car. Here is Dubsy, 6 seconds back from the leader. He's holding on. He's holding that distance from your leader there. Majako, we're sick for you, buddy. We saw it happen. Wrapped up in that. It looked like Alonso and you made contact there. I know Alonso was trying to get to the outside. 2 of the fastest drivers. There's a retirement from Clio. Not sure what happened there. We can check the incident report real soon. But we are sick for you, Majako. That was rough, man. Hate to see you guys leave in the first corner. Wanted to see you up there battling for it. So Cleo is out. Let's look at the incident report. Yeah, we see the terminal damage there. Cleo exceeded the track limits. I don't think he was disqualified, so I'm not sure what the deal is there. Maybe was hit with a pit lane penalty, which is why he is having some issues there. He's farther back than he wants to be because of that speeding through pit lane penalty. Very, very costly mistake there for Maybe, who had a really, really fast car and was leading this race for a time. So there's Dubsy putting on the fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 36.6, closing the gap to your leader. Still on those medium tires. Gord out in third, 14 back, and he's got Maybe all over his tail. Maybe's pushing as hard as he can because of that mistake. He's frustrated. He knows he's got a car that can win this race, but he's got to get back up front. So he's pushing as hard as he can, and Gordau is in his way. He's got to dispose of him quick, and he knows it. Clearly, the Force India is quicker than the Ferrari. We've seen him close in on him, but it's hard to pass. This is not a track that lends itself to passing. Jacko said he needed to go to the toilet anyway. Well, that's lucky. That's lucky. He was on the outside. Appeared he moved me out of room. Lost a wheel. He says I lagged, though. That's unfortunate. We always get a little bit of a question mark when the internet connections come into play. Obviously, we've got drivers from many different countries. We've got Uruguayans. We've got Mexicans. We've got Australians, where Majako and Dubsy hail from. And, of course, plenty of Americans as well. So it's a complicated thing. This is not an easy task for the Formula One game and Codemasters to achieve here. But it does a decent job for the most part. Dubsy, another quick lap up front, trying to catch the leader of Dahi. Dahi is still out front. And here comes a move here. We're going to see Maybe taking a look. He's got the DRS going to the outside. Gordau's going to make him go the long way around. Can he do it? Maybe. Oh, he made the move. The Force India machine, your pole sitter, back into a podium position and ready to hunt down the next car. The next car, in his view, is Dubsy, but he's got a long way to go. He's got 10 seconds he's got to make up to see what's going on up here with the Mercedes. Dubsy working that tire strategy right now. I appreciate that, IDK. It is not. I can assure you I am working to try to make it look easy. That is for sure. It was a really good pass there from Maybe. We know he's got the power. We know he wants to get back up there because he can do it. It's going to make for an exciting end to this race. It really is. But we've got to look at that tire strategy. This is where the drivers have to make a decision. We saw the second place car, your points leader Dubsy, come in around lap 10. So, if he comes in around lap 10, if he can get another 10 laps out of these medium tires, he's been on 2 sets of mediums, that's going to give him softs at the end. But 7 laps on the softs is a serious distance. That is a serious distance for those soft tires. So it's going to pose a problem. He really needs to make these mediums last a little longer than he made the first ones last. Otherwise, at the end of this race, those softs are going to be worn, and he's probably going to be in the 1 minute 37, 1 minute 38 range. He does not want that at the end of the race. That's why he positioned those soft tires as his final stint. So we've got to see what Dubsy can do here. Dubsy can't choose softs as hards are mandatory. Okay. So Jacko's letting us in on a little secret here, because you use 2 of the sets of tires there. He's got to use them hards in that final stint. It makes me wonder why he went mediums in the middle stint. We know Dubsy plays that strategy game. He's rolling the dice here. He can get the strategy going. Some tracks set a mandatory tire, so a hard tire is mandatory. We're going to see a lot of hard tires going on these cars really soon. We saw Dubsy there disposing of the lap traffic. He's 4 seconds back. You can see Dahi up there. Thinking he mucked up on the strategy. It's a possibility, although I got some faith in Dubsy's strategy skills, so we'll see what he's got here. We've got to see what that Mercedes can do. He is catching the leader. Whether he wanted to be on medium tires in the middle of this race or not, he is faster than Nick Dahi on the medium tires. We'll see if Dahi's struggling here. Let's look. See him losing as much of the road as he can. A little bit of grass flex coming up. Good rhythm through the S's. Maybe tiptoeing just a little bit. You can see that Haas car. That is Aaron Webb, who is a lap down. He was involved in that first lap accident. But he is quick. He's got a quick car there. A little bit of step out there. He's a little loose. Now, big lock up there. Dahi's struggling on those tires. I got a feeling we're going to see him hit the pit lane real soon. I got a feeling. Dubsy, 3.8 seconds back in the last speed trap from that sector, but we're coming up on another sector here. We're going to see that number close, I bet. Working hard is Dubsy, trying to get up there and take that lead. He'd really like to be in the lead before you get on those hards. You don't want to be making move on those hard tires. You want as much grip as you can get. But if you got to do it, you got to do it. You can see Dahi backing up to him. Still out on the track. They're still pushing these mediums farther. 3.4 seconds is the gap now. So the lead battle is tightening up. Let's go back through here. Mebby in the pits. I really want to see what kind of tires he goes on here. 4th place car, 16 seconds back. Looks like those are the hards, right? Orange sidewall tires. Yep. It's strange that they do yellow and orange, but those are definitely orange. So these are hards for Mebby. He's going to try to go to the end from now. It's not ideal, but he's trying to recover here. Brian Mosser in 5th out there on the orange sidewall hard tires. Unexpected great. We knew he was going to try a one-stop race. So he's sitting there in 6th, doing quite well. Big jump from where he started. J-Dub, who had early problems, had some damage on that car, climbing back to 7th. KWP in the Toro Rosso in 8th, having a big battle here with Ditch Witch, who is on hards as well. We know Ditch Witch did a long first stint on those mediums, so he's hoping that some of these guys are going to come into the pits and he can do a little leapfrogging. Hoodius coming out of the pits on his hard set of tires in 10th. Aaron's still trying to recover, sitting there behind Dubsy. He's on hards. Pork Chops there on the mediums in 12th, running that Salver. And a lady who is gone. He is not in this race any longer, but still out there turning laps in his memory. So, your leader, Nick Dahi, has come into the pits. Dubsy still out on the track, on those mediums, waiting as long as he can to get on those hards. The tire strategy is shaping up. He is 10 laps from the finish. And I'm not sure what kind of lap times we're seeing out of those hards. See Gordau there on the mediums in 2nd. And Dahi on the hards in 3rd. I want to see his speed trap there. Let's take a look and see somebody who has been on hards. Let's see what kind of lap times Mebby was just running. He's still coming out of the pits on those tires. We'll see Unexpected Great running in the 1 minute 38, 1 minute 39 range. We know Dubsy's been running quicker. 1:36.5 is the fastest lap of the race there. So we're still looking for the leader to make a pit stop. Dahi is 17 seconds back on those hard tires. We know We know that Dubsy, your points leader, has got to pit for those hards. Here he comes up to the pit entrance. He's going to dip in. Leader in. The leader is in, locks those tires up, doesn't need them any longer. Hards going on. That means he is legal for the race. Good pit stop. You can see the lap car there. Where is Dahi? Gordau is in the pits. Dahi is coming. This is the race for the lead. I think Dahi's got it easy. Wow. That's a significant difference right there. I am guessing that Dahi had a really good outlap to be able to make that jump. We'll check what kind of times he was able to do. Yeah, I think these tires are going to take him to the finish, Zeke. They ought to be able to get there with the hards. We know they were able to do around 10 laps on the mediums, so the hards should be able to get them there. So we are looking right now. What's going on, Kyle? How's it going? We're looking right now at a 2-car race. Whoa! Nick, serious problems there with the lap car. Got really loose coming off of that corner. He's going to lose a lot of time. It was only 4 seconds. Look at Dubsy. He's pushing hard because he can smell it. There's blood in the water. The leader had a big issue, and he made up a lot of time. That hurts. That hurts Nick. It's going to put him under pressure. He's going to be thinking about it. He knows he had time on him, and he lost it there with the problem with the lap car. Oh, man. Not only that, but Dubsy can see him. You never want to let him see him if you can avoid it. J-Dub retired from the session. There's a crash right there. J-Dub, really, really fast corner to crash in. A lot of lockup there from your leader as well. See how far back Dubsy is at this next sector trap here. He's 3.5 seconds back right now. He is catching the leader. But we saw the yellow Renault, J-Dub, serious contact back here. 3.4 seconds is Dubsy. We're going to keep an eye on that. Let's take a look here. We want to see the incident markers. Gordau hit with a speeding penalty. That's 2 big speeding penalties that have hurt those guys. We don't like to see that. J-Dub, yeah, terminal damage. We seen that car off of the fastest corner on the track. That's not the place you want to have a problem, and he did. Oh, well, we got a virtual safety car because of the J-Dub accident. Virtual safety car here. Yeah, absolutely, Sir Bostonian. We are on PS4. If you get it on PS4, all you need to do is go to precisionracingleague.com and get in the forums. You make yourself a name, and then sign up for the championships you want to compete in. Everyone is welcome. We recommend that you bring your A game because these guys are quick, but you are absolutely welcome. So the virtual safety car is a little different from a regular safety car. These guys are not going to bunch up. It's not going to close the gap. The virtual safety car is there so that people maintain a consistent speed, and when the green flag drops, they should be the same distance apart. There it is right there. We're back racing again. So the speed limits are gone. You can see the green flag waving from the track marshal there. And the gap should be similar. But as you look, 2.6 seconds. Oh, Nick. Oh, Nick has got to be sick because that virtual safety car seems to have cost him about a second. And you don't want to give Dubsy a second. Holding firm there at 2.4 seconds. Dubsy catching the leader. Steve, you got A game, man. We know. 7 seconds left, or 7 laps left in this race. We've got an excellent battle here at the front. Here is maybe in third, 15 seconds back. He'd like to be up there battling with these guys, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen tonight. Gordau, that pit speeding penalty. We've seen 2 third place and fourth place hit with big pit speeding lane penalties. Really, really hurt him. Unexpected great in 5th, doing fantastic out there on the mediums. He's going to be able to get to the finish on those. Great run here for the Scuderia Toro Rosso driver. Excellent job. Brian is out there in 6th in the McLaren Honda. Ditch Witch in 7th, doing quite well. We talked about his injury that kept him out of the Project Cars seasons. Historically, he raced really good in the Formula One leagues. So he's out there trying to get back in a groove. KWP in 8th, off track there a little bit, but he's able to keep it going. Aaron 9th, not a lap down any longer. Hoodiest in 10th, right there behind Aaron. Those two are going to be racing pretty clear here soon. Pork Chops in 11th is the final car on track. 11 cars left. So we get back to our leader. Where did Dubsy go? 6 seconds back, he's had a problem. We were going through the field and the second place cars had an issue. And now, almost 7 seconds back, the points leader, clearly pushing, had an issue on that last lap, and it cost him. Cost him big time. Let's get back up here with the leader. Let's go on board. See what he's seeing right here. So many different camera options in this game. Feels a lot more comfortable now. I'm sure that helmet was hot earlier when he made that mistake, and he was only 2.5 seconds ahead. But now, with a 7-second gap, he can afford to be a little more cautious, though. He's still using those hard tires, locking them up. Easy to lock up hard tires, though. Easier, anyway, because you're not getting the grip that you're used to on the others. Reaper of Ways, how's it going? Appreciate you stopping in. 5 drivers that I think will do well at Bristol. Well, I think you'll be looking at a Kyle Larson. Been running real well this season, so I'm sure Kyle Larson will be up there. I really feel good about Chase Elliott. That 24 always is a good car there. A little bit of a dark horse, a guy that always does well at Bristol. How about Ricky Stenhouse? Definitely one to look at. Matt Kenseth, very strong at Bristol, no doubt. And I would not be surprised to see a driver like, let's say Kyle Busch would be my 5th pick. I think those are 5 pretty good drivers right there. Be doing pretty well. Dahi leading, making it look easy. No Gran Turismo, not yet. There will be a Gran Turismo League when Gran Turismo Sport comes out, absolutely. PRL participates in everything available. So once we get Gran Turismo for PS4, there will be a league, no doubt. Yeah, you got pretty tough competition as well, Kyle. Steve's got his Hello Kitty Stingray ready to rock for the league. That is a beautiful car. All right, so let's go ahead and get back to the broadcast view here. I was going to show you the various cameras, though. Look at this. You can go everywhere. Get on the nose, get in the helmet. Why not, right? So let's get back to the broadcast view. And we want to go down to Dubsy, who is now 8 seconds back. Dahi has stretched his lead. Running really well. The Red Bull is. Looking good. No mistakes from him, and he's looking at his first victory of the season here. And Dubsy's got a strong finish going as well. He wants to get up there and challenge for the lead, but at the same time, he's the points leader. 2 of the hot drivers are out right now. He is comfortable where he's at if he can't get up front. K-Dog smoked everyone. K-Dog is very fast at Bristol, no doubt. So let's go back through the field here. Maybe still out there running hard. Only 14 seconds back right now, but is basically out of contention. It's a possibility that he could get up and challenge for second with Dubsy, but maybe a long shot, honestly. Gordau in 4th in the Ferrari. Hustling those softs. Gordau's got softs. He's going to try something. Why not? Get in the pits, try them softs, get out there and see what you can do. Unexpected Great, we talked about him in the mediums, doing really well, 54 seconds back from the leader. Brian Mosser in 6th. Decent run here. We've seen him up there challenging a little bit. No real struggles from him, but a consistent race. Ditch Witch doing quite well in that Sauber. KWP, his teammates running up there in 5th. He's in 8th. That's always good finishes for Toro Rosso. Another virtual safety car. Well, this shakes things up. Who had issues here? Can we see? No issues with Hoodius. No issues with Pork Chops. Well, that worries me. Was the problem up front? Want to cycle through here, see what happened. I don't know what happened. Let's go to the race director, find out. We'll go down to the bottom of our incidents. Ditch Witch was hit with a warning under the virtual safety car, but I don't see any reason for the safety car to be out there. There was no big contact like we had with J-Dub. So what is the issue here? Get back up here with Dubsy. They are still under virtual safety car conditions. I saw the yellow, actually. They're not under virtual safety car, but yeah. Well, I don't see the graphic up there, but we are still yellow right now. Paper bag on the track. Did we have a NASCAR debris caution? Oh my goodness. They're trying to spice it up here. Now we look like we're green again. You see the green flags waving. Virtual safety car off. 8 seconds back is Dubsy. So it really did. Streaker ran across the track. Yep. Can't have that. We can't have that. You see maybe there. Stalking in the background. Really sliding the rear end of that car. Trying to catch him. He won second place bad. Kicking himself. Really kicking himself after that issue on pit lane. But speeding bit a couple of drivers tonight. Get back up here out front. Looks like Dahi going around Hoodius. Hoodius giving him plenty of room. Fantastic race. A lot of lock up there. Hoping he isn't hurting those tires. Let's check, see what kind of laps he's running right now. See what kind of laps we're getting out of Dahi. Already put in a lot of time. So, yeah, you're 1 minute 36.9. That's not, I mean, all that slow. Most of them mid-37s. We've seen some safety cars in there, so mid-37s basically, but he's been able to push up into the 36s with those hards. So that tells you what kind of pace he's got. There he is around his invisible teammate, Aletti. Yeah, clean final 3 laps, and he's got this. That's all he needs. He's got to stay comfortable. He's got a big lead. Use that gap that he's built. He's got to use that gap that he's built and make sure that he doesn't make any mistakes. A little bit of lockup is fine, just as long as that car doesn't try to step out from under him with that lockup. Dubsy still trying. 10 seconds back. There you see Aaron off the track. Oh my goodness. Maybe around the outside, but no, I was wondering about that. He was trying to use the lap car as a pick. And he tried to go to the outside of Aaron, got into the grass, and was not able to make that grass pass work. He got caught out there in the gravel. And that is probably going to relegate him to that 3rd place finish. Because he was catching him, but he needed to use that lap car as a pick, and it just didn't work out. But he is trying. You can see how hard he's trying. Doing quite well tonight. Gordow still in 4th. Move back up here. The gap is widening. Dahi is widening the gap to 2nd place. Just a fantastic drive from the Red Bull driver. Yeah, a mistake would be ideal, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. He's as cool as a cucumber out there. Just a great drive. Been able to do everything he needed to do. Started 2nd. Made a move for the lead early. Was not able to make it work. But his tire strategy and his ability to not make mistakes have put him in a position to win this race. We've seen that maybe was up there with a very quick car, but he had that issue on pit lane with the speeding violation. And from there, Nick Dahi totally took over control and is looking to close this race out in Japan. try to make a run through here. Everything is still pretty steady, just like we were seeing. No real changes for position. It's been a bit of a survival race. One of those things that you got to stay in it, because we've seen plenty of retirements. But we've seen no issues here. Not with this guy. An earthquake? That might work. That might work. I don't know how many... What the tectonic plate situation is there in Suzuka. Got a lot of mountains. Surely they got some volcanic mountains somewhere. But that's what it's going to take at this point to shake this guy. He is in the groove. And here we are. The final circuit. Nick Dahi looking for a victory here. We'll see if we can find him. See if he's ever won a PRL race before. And it doesn't look like it. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Dahi is looking for his first win. So you know how important this is to him right here. This man's been competing in the PRL for a long time, looking to get up there on the top step of the podium. And here tonight, with a masterful drive from second place, Nick Dahi is going to log his first win in PRL competition as long as he doesn't have any issues. He's got a lap car up here. You never want to see that. But hopefully, you see the blue light there. Could blow a tire, yeah. Okay, Dahi did win Spain last season. I didn't see him on the Hall of Fame there. Maybe he was Nick the Quick back then. A lot of these guys change names every now and again. So he's been in victory lane before, so that's how he's able to stay so calm under pressure. No issues for Nick Dahi tonight. It's hard to beat a guy who runs a near-perfect race, and in Japan, Dahi was able to do it. Down to the final straightaway, he's going to cross the line and win the PRL round number 2 race in Suzuka, Japan. Congratulations, Nick. Fantastic job. Here's Maybe crossing the line in third. Dubsy is already done. Podium finish for Maybe, but you know he wants more. He wanted more there. Unexpected Great, who is now in fourth. What happened to Gordau? Some sort of issue from Gordau, and here we go with Unexpected Great, who started way back. Looking at a fourth place finish. Fantastic drive for Unexpected Great. Nick the Quick, there you go, that explains it. So this is his fourth win. Nick Dahi has 4 wins now in PRL Formula 1 competition. And that's where you get that cool as ice, the Iceman blood right there, because he's been here before. Unexpected Great, great run. Fantastic finish for him. Here comes Gordau to finish in 5th. Probably had a better finish on hand, but he did have that speeding penalty. 6th place car has already crossed the line. Looks like everybody behind Ditch Witch has crossed the line as well. He will be the last car to finish this race. It's hard to have every race as good as that first race. And if you didn't get to catch the first race of the season, guys, go back and watch it, because it was fantastic. It's hard to have barn burners every single time. But the good thing about this one is the man with the cool head, the man who ran the best race, the most consistent race, won this race. American Nick Dahi, your winner tonight in PRL round 2. And that's going to bump him up in those points. But Dubsy, a good points night there in 2nd place with his teammate and defending champion out of this race. It's going to give him a big gap there. And also, we talked about Forza Alonso, the winningest driver in PRL Formula 1 history. Wanted to have a better finish. Wanted to get out there and show his muscle. But a first turn crash with El Majaco and Aaron Webb took those 2 boys out of the race. 15th to 4th for Unexpected Great. Fantastic. My man Hootie is top 10. That's right, Steve. I'm not sure what happened to Gordau there, but lost it to a 5th place position. Not sure. There you go. Jacko says, hard to have a spectacular race when the champions of the last 3 seasons were all out at turn 1. Well said. Well said.